Near, far, wherever you are. You're listening to You've Got Mails. And just like Celine Dion's heart, we will go on and on and on about the epic that is James Cameron's Titanic. Welcome to You've Got Mails. I want to start this episode out a little bit differently. I'd like to set the stage, maybe pull the curtain back a little bit, and tell you folks at home listening kind of our setup here. We record this every week in CJ's basement. Currently unfinished, a lot of construction going on, but it's homey. It's the love shack, you know? We got a nice neon You've Got Mail sign, bright pink, that was given to us by a friend of the podcast. We do this on a couch, just the two of us, a two-seater couch with a rest in the middle, microphone between us. But for this episode in particular, I'll be seated on the couch. CJ will be on the floor with his arms draped over one of the armrests, because there's simply just not enough room on this couch for both of us. Welcome to You Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason, here with the Jack to my Rose, CJ.
I'm drowning.
It's getting wet.
Yeah.
In the love shack. So yeah, we're doing Titanic today.
Yeah, we are.
Holy shit.
The 1997's
launched
Titanic. A million hand jobs. This is it, man.
I can't believe that can be true. Nothing about this movie got me excited or in the mood.
Really? I mean, not even that, really hot 2 minutes where they first showed the captain's glorious beard.
That was nice. My lower decks were flooding.
Yeah, boy, that is a beard right there.
Oh, goodness. All right, well, let's get into it. I want to talk a little bit before we get into the actual movie, kind of like how this came to be and like a little bit of the financials and specifics. It's pretty interesting. This movie was a fucking juggernaut.
Oh, shit.
But let's get... So the movie
The soundtrack made more money than most movies do.
You can't go wrong with Celine Dion. The movie came out in 1997. It all starts in 1987. James Cameron is watching a Nat Geo documentary about the first guy to dive down and get footage of the Titanic. He makes a note. This note says, "Do story with bookend present-day wreckage scenes intercut with memory of survivor. Needs a mystery or driving plot element." This guy had this idea 10 years before the movie came out.
Called his shot. Called his shot early.
He did. 10 years later, he's made a few more successful movies. I mean, the guy's done The Abyss, Terminator, Aliens 2. He's got some...
I mean, James Cameron, for as much as everybody says that he's kind of a dickhead and full of himself, he's full of himself for a good reason.
Oh, he's a dickhead and he's full of himself. We'll talk about it. People like that usually get to where they are because they don't cut corners, they don't take any bullshit, they don't take no for an answer.
It's like if you've ever seen an interview with Prince.
Yeah.
Like, Prince seems like a terrible person until you realize he's pretty right.
Yeah.
He is the best at what he does.
He's just the smartest guy in the room when it comes to what he's talking about.
Exactly.
And so is James Cameron. James Cameron goes to Fox 10 years later and says, "I want to make this movie." He pitches it as Romeo and Juliet in a boat. Pretty accurate. He says he wants $125 million. The guy at Fox says, "I'll give you $110. They start the process. James Cameron, since he's made The Abyss, has not made a movie where he did not go over time and over budget on a movie. He's notorious for overspending, and shoots go way longer than they're supposed to.
Worth it.
Totally worth it. So Fox says, okay, they give him the money, but they look at the budget, and they don't want to be on the hook for the whole thing. So they decide they want to partner up with another studio. They go to Universal. Universal was slightly interested at first, but they also just made a water-based movie that flopped horribly.
Oh, boy.
Waterworld.
Yes.
So they decide to say no. They pass on Titanic. Paramount gets a hold of the script, and they want to do it. Fox does not like Paramount at this point in time, because they teamed up on Braveheart. And Paramount somehow fucked up the paperwork due to a clerical error, and Fox did not get any of the Oscars. Like when Braveheart won all the Oscars, Fox got screwed out of them because somebody forgot to file something. So Paramount wants to do it. Fox isn't so sure. They give them 5 days to finalize all the paperwork. If they can do it in 5 days, they got a deal.
Damn.
Paramount gets it done. Paramount gets a hold of the budget and starts looking at it, and they're like, there's no fucking way this is going to only cost this much. Some of the special effects and CGI that James Cameron wants to use in this movie haven't even been done before. So there's not even a way to budget them.
Hey, if I want somebody to invent special effects for me, that's the man.
It is. Paramount threatens to sue because they feel like they're getting screwed here. So Fox makes them a deal, says, listen, you're only on the hook for $65 million. However much this goes over budget, $65 million is all it takes. This is how we get the movie produced.
Okay.
Paramount Fox together. Paramount only has to pay so much. Fox foots the bill for the rest. During all this, James Cameron is in Rosarita, California, building a 40-acre movie set.
40 acres.
40-acre movie set just for this. He has a team use 10,000 tons of dynamite to blow a hole in Rosarita, California to build a 17 million gallon tank that he can fill with water and then build a 775-foot long portion of the Titanic.
Do you remember before California didn't have water? Like, this is why, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because James Cameron took 17 million gallons of it. And this is where the budget pretty much just balloons. Because, first of all, James Cameron, all the scenes in this movie of like the Titanic wreckage are real.
I was wondering.
They took submersibles down. James Cameron himself, he's like a big deep sea diver.
He's actually known as the guy that kind of perfected the art.
Yeah. So he takes all these trips down to the Titanic to get footage. And it's like $25,000 every time he goes down. And he does this a few times. Every time he goes down, he has a very strong emotional reaction. He's seeing this wreckage, and like we've seen the movie, it's a fucking tragedy.
Yeah.
Like, so sad. And see, he says, like, this has to be perfect. Like, we're making this movie as historically accurate as we can. I will cut no corners. That means he reproduces the wallpaper. It's not painted on, it's real fucking wallpaper.
Wow. The sets on this are
absolutely beautiful. And
top notch.
And it shows, and it's why it's a great movie.
Yes.
White Star, which was the cruise liner that built the Titanic, White Star stamps on the bottom of all the china. You don't even fucking see it, but it's on there.
Nice.
Okay? Period clothing for everyone. Cost $8.4 million just for the clothes in this movie. Chandelier had to be crystal. Wouldn't let it be lucite because it needed to tinkle right when it was sinking and everything was clanging together. All this, over budget, over time, brutal for the actors. We can get into that at some point. So many injuries on this movie. Kate Winslet almost drowned. She had bruises so bad from some of the scenes that the makeup artists were taking pictures of her bruises for references for later when they had to make bruises for other movies. She got wrecked.
Now, this is a movie where, it was made during the time where movies are safe to make for the most part.
Yeah.
If this was made in the 40s, it would have been scores of people dead.
More people
background actors.
More people may have died on this movie than in the actual Titanic.
Yeah, they would have been fishing background actors out of the water every day.
Yeah, but all this, it went from a $110 million budget to a $200 million budget. The thing crushed it. First movie to ever make $1 billion. Globally, it has made to this date $2.257 billion with a B. Now that's 3 different releases. It came out again on the anniversary, I believe, of the Titanic sinking. They re-released it, and also the release of the movie on the anniversary. They put it out in 3D at one point. So throughout the 3 releases, but its first release, it at least hit $1 billion. First movie to ever do it. 10 months it was in theaters. It was number 1 at the box office for a record 15 consecutive weeks from December to April. And it's one of the few movies that actually gained money the longer it was in theaters. Like, it started to make more the longer it was out.
Oh, kind of like My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah. Its highest gross, well, except one's an independent comedy and one's a fucking huge blockbuster. Okay, so like I said, it came out December 19th, 1997, and it was in theaters until April of 98. Can you guess what its single highest grossing day was? And this may feed into your Titanic handjobs theory.
I'm going to guess Valentine's Day then, yeah.
December 14th.
December 14th.
Or, I'm sorry, February 14th of 1998.
Okay.
Valentine's Day. It made $13 million just on Valentine's Day, 2 months after it initially released.
It is a romance movie.
It was number 1 until April. Most expensive movie to ever be filmed in the 20th century. The budget is actually more than what it cost to build the Titanic. So you could have built...
Now that is a stat right there.
The cost of the Titanic would have been $150 million in 1997. Yeah, and that's the financials of this movie and kind of how it started and how it got made.
Wow.
And just...
So we got to talk about them? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the movie. So obviously, I mean, everybody's seen this movie. We'll try to make this as painless and interject with our own fun tidbits as we go, but we'll kind of breeze through the plot here.
This is great. This is the first movie I can say that if you're listening to this, I'm pretty positive you've seen this movie because everybody has.
Absolutely. Do you what are your like memories about Titanic? Like, when was the first time you saw it? Did you saw it when it came out? Like the hype?
No, I saw it rental. Probably not long after it came out as a rental, but I mean, this is, I'm guessing, my 5th viewing of this movie.
I don't think I've seen this movie for at least 20 years.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
oh, man, so it was almost fresh for
It
you.
was. I mean, you kind of know the plot beats. I mean, spoiler alert, the ship sinks. I knew that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the main plot points. I just hadn't seen it in so long. I remember, it came out when I was in high school, or like a junior in high school. I don't think I saw it in theaters. What I remember the most is like the big fat, like, was it 3 cassette tapes? Like VHS? It was like a fucking cinder block of a like if you rented this movie from the Blockbuster, you needed help carrying it, getting in the car. Like, it was a big cassette. That's what I remember most about it. I mean, I know I've seen it. I feel like they may have shown it in school. Like, whenever they would wheel in the
bring in the
TV on the cart, and we'd watch, like, the last day of school, we'd watch Titanic.
And the dolly full of cassette tapes.
A bunch of awkward boners as Leo's Peyton Kate Winslet.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I remember.
I couldn't imagine they would have shown that part in my school. They would have skipped over that.
I think they held like a piece of cardboard over the TV or something.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing that when I was younger. Yeah, so the movie starts out in England on the docks. Everybody's getting ready to board the Titanic.
Are we skipping the whole preamble, like the setup with Bill Paxton that I forgot was even
with
in
Brock
this?
Lovett? Yeah, I completely forgot he was in this.
And the fella with the Watchman shirt on, who has terrible teeth, and they keep showing close-ups of his teeth to the point where I was like nauseated.
That was the real tragedy here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that part. Yes, CJ, we'll talk about that.
Well, I mean, I just thought it was awesome because we could pretty much skip right to the actual movie.
No, I think we do need to talk about it, but go ahead.
There's a scene where they're all in the submersible.
Yeah.
Which is a word we all know now after the last year's events. They're all in the submersible, and Bill Paxton is kind of talking about what could happen. He's like, one small flaw in this glass, and we would be crushed to nothing in less than 2 milliseconds. Sayonara. And I'm like,
heard.
Oh, shit. Yeah, heard, bro. Not only is this about a past event, they were seeing the future.
Yeah, they really were. So yeah, Bill Paxton is playing Brock Lovett, basically just his character from Twister, I feel like.
Yeah.
So he's just like...
With like sandy blonde hair.
Yeah, he's like a treasure hunter. I mean, he's under the guise of like trying to collect and save historical evidence, but the fact of the matter is they're looking for a very particular piece of jewelry, the heart of the ocean. It's supposedly, if they can find it, it's worth more than the Hope Diamond.
Yes.
Which I think is like about $257 million. Just slightly above the budget of Titanic. But they're looking for this necklace. They use a little robot diving thing. I wish I knew I wish I had a technical term for this. His name was Duncan. It was Duncan the robot.
I would like to believe that with the perfectionist James Cameron that was an actual robot that they used, but boy, did that thing look like a fucking generator.
Oh, no, yeah. 100%.
Like off the shelf from Lowe's.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was 1997. I feel like that was probably a real thing.
Yeah.
But they're using a little remote-controlled submersible to search the wreckage of the Titanic, and they go into a room, they find a safe, they pull the safe up. This is it. Like, the heart of the ocean's in it. They cut it open. Just a bunch of soggy papers. Nothing really worthwhile.
And some good old-fashioned 20s porn.
Yeah. So they start to kind of go through the papers that they were able to pull out and try to restore what they can. And one of them happens to be a portrait of a young lady wearing nothing but the Heart of the Ocean necklace. Meanwhile, there's a television crew there interviewing him kind of about what they're doing, talking to him about, a lot of people are upset that you're doing this. This is kind of sacred ground, and you're just here looking for treasure, basically, which is actually a real thing that people were upset about when they started to explore the Titanic wreckage. Even when James Cameron wanted to make this movie, there was a little bit of pushback because it is,
It's a graveyard.
A lot of people died.
Yeah, you're disturbing a graveyard.
Yeah. So while this is happening, we cut to another area in the country where an older woman is painting, and she sees this on TV, gets up, and gets real teary. And we find out that this is the woman in the picture, Rose. Yep. She calls Brock, and they fly her in on a helicopter, her and her granddaughter, onto the ship. And this woman brought everything with her. Like, they are unpacking the helicopter. She brought her goldfish. Did you notice that?
That was great.
Yeah. She brings her goldfish to the ship. And they kind of start talking to her, trying to find out where the necklace is, but they want to talk about her experience on the Titanic. And this is where we flash back when she starts to tell her story to the docks of London, where we see young Rose, played by Kate Winslet, getting out of a car with her husband, Carol, soon-to-be husband, fiance Cal.
Billy Zane.
Played by Billy Zane with the worst wig I've ever seen. Not the worst wig.
Serious guy liner, too.
Yeah, man. He was. He looked like he was like the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
So, we get goth Billy Zane comes out of the car and Rose's mother. And, Billy Zane, Cal, is just talking about how this is the biggest ship in the biggest cruise liner ever made. It's unsinkable.
Lots of great exposition from everybody in this damn movie.
There's so much... So if I got like one complaint about this movie, it's not even it's a complaint. James Cameron really beats you over the head with like the time period and like what's like happened, like the boat, like just everyone talking about, there's just so much. Like at one point she's pulling Picassos out of her bag. Like we know what year it is, James. Like it's the Titanic. Like we've all got a pretty good handle on when this happened. But he's boasting about how the ship is claimed to be unsinkable. I don't know if you know this. So unsinkable was basically a marketing term. White Star Cruise Lines, they would put out pamphlets for their ships and things. And the exact wording in the pamphlets was pretty much, to the best of our abilities, it's unsinkable.
It's good to see people were covering their ass back then.
Yeah,
too.
but it became kind of like this buzzword, unsinkable, the ship's unsinkable. Another little tidbit, kind of off track from the movie, they had two ships. I don't know if you've ever heard of a ship called the Lusitania.
Yes, sister ships.
Also claimed to be unsinkable.
Yeah, just slightly smaller.
Do you know what happened to that ship?
They crashed into each other, didn't they?
No. The Lusitania was sunk because it was shot with a torpedo by a German
World
U-boat.
War I.
Started World War I.
Oh, that's the same ship.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So when they were first, I saw this in a video. Of course, I watched a lot of videos on this too. When they first took these boats out of dry dock, they crashed into each other.
Oh, really?
And
they didn't sink there, did they?
A little dinghy that was helping pull the boats along actually wedged itself between the two at its own peril in order to make sure that they didn't sink each other right then.
Give that guy a raise.
Absolutely.
Man, you don't hear a lot about the Lusitania, but 1,195 people died. Everyone that was on it. No, there were no survivors of Lusitania, unlike the Titanic, which 1,517
And to
died.
this day, they still don't know. The Germans said they sunk it because it was carrying ammo.
Yeah.
And we still don't know for sure because the Americans are like, it wasn't carrying ammo, but it may have.
It was a cruise liner.
But that's not the ship we're here to talk about.
No, it's not. We're here to talk about the Titanic, goddammit. So they are traveling from London back to America. We find out later in the movie that Rose's mother is her father. Rose's father, mother's husband, has passed away and left them with a lot of debt.
Yeah,
they were pretty well off, but now they're just left with a bunch of his debts. He made a lot of bad business investments. They're going to be pretty much financially ruined. Cal, who's a very wealthy man, is kind of like their ticket out. If Rose marries him, then they can keep living this life of luxury. Rose clearly not really happy with it, but it's kind of a marriage of convenience that she's been pushed into by her mother. So they're going back to America on the Titanic. We also get to see Jack, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and his friend Fabrizio. They're in a bar playing a card game with a couple of Swedes.
Sven,
a couple of Swedes, and they're playing for a couple of third-class tickets on the Titanic. Jack is an American, Fabrizio, Italian, believe it or not.
No shit.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. Jack's trying to get back home. He's kind of a wanderer, a vagabond. He's been all over the country. He just kind of goes where life takes him. He was in Paris. He's an artist. He likes to draw.
He is, I have it written down here, he's a code switcher. He fits in wherever the hell he is.
Yeah.
Like even, he's in Paris, painting models and
one-legged prostitutes.
He's playing Russians and Swedes in a game of poker. And then later in this movie, he fits right in at a table full of,
he's rubbing elbows. He's charming.
Like he's a code switcher.
He's a charmer.
He can just make himself fit.
Yeah. But so Jack wins this hand of poker. They get the 2 tickets for the Titanic. We get to see them rush, barely make the boat, and they get on the boat.
Yes. Talk about a lucky game of poker. Not to get the tickets. Imagine losing tickets on the Titanic. Like
Oh,
2
shit,
days.
I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
2 days of being like, son of a bitch, and then 2 days later, you're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Thank
and the
God.
guy that lost the hand got punched in the face by his buddy. I bet you he feels bad about it.
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
I guess that's if the worst you got was a punch in the face compared to what it could have been. You're in okay shape. So we're on the boat. We kind of see, Jack and Fabrizio getting settled into the third class quarters, and we get to see Rose and Cal and Rose's mother settling in. They have a big suite, they're first class. She's unpacking her bags, and like I said, she's just unpacking Picassos, because I know whenever I first get to a hotel, I always like to unpack all my own artwork and hang it up.
Wow.
But she's bought a lot of Picassos while they were over in England. And Cal, he obviously a dick, like just not a good guy. Like he's complaining about the art. He says, "Oh, Picasso will never amount to much."
Yeah, nobody will know his name.
Yeah, little does Cal know.
Yeah, this is just show that he's completely out of touch.
Yeah, and we get a little bit of a glimpse into everybody's lives. The third class people. We get to meet a lot of random characters who.
They have characters they don't really name, but they show them over and over.
Yeah, which is
again.
nice. It gives it like a real kind of like lived-in feeling. Like so when the shit does go down, like you're like, oh, this guy,
Yeah,
like,
what's going on? Oh man, the Irish mom with the 2 kids, like for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you get to see all these people. But, we kind of meet a few. We meet Molly Brown, played by Kathy Bates,
Kathy fucking Bates,
who's one of there's a Jack and Rose not real people. Molly Brown, however, was Molly Brown, the unsinkable Molly Brown. She's kind of an outsider as far as the upper class goes.
She's new money.
She's new money. They don't really like her. They talk about her behind her back. But she's one of the nicest people that we meet as far as like the upper class
Also,
folk go.
I mean, go watch a YouTube video on this one.
Yeah, please.
She is
in real life
impressive.
In real life, she's a badass.
Yeah.
Just like she is in this movie, really.
Think about Molly Brown, ladies, the next time you go out and vote.
Yeah.
Like, she had a hand in that.
Yes. We meet Mr. Andrews, who is the guy who basically designed the Titanic. We meet Ismay, the guy with the mustache, who ends up being a pretty big shitheel. He is a guy that works for White Star Lines. He's kind of there to make sure the trip goes off without a hitch. Mm-hmm. We meet the captain and his glorious beard.
Oh my God. This movie gets all the props for the boobs. That beard right up there, man.
I mean, I guess I'm partial to the boobs myself.
Well, yeah, if I had to choose. I didn't.
Yeah, all right. So we meet all those characters, and then we kind of eventually get to the point where Jack and Rose cross paths.
The old suicide meet cute.
There's that, but the first thing is, Rose is at dinner with Cal and all these rich people. They're kind of at the table sitting around. Cal's just being an absolute dick, like as he is in this entire movie. So she gets up and storms out and goes out to kind of a viewing deck. Meanwhile, Jack and Fabrizio and a couple of the Irish passengers on the ship hanging out, having a cigarette, shooting the breeze. Jack sees her up on the balcony and he splooshes. We get a little sploosh from Jack. And the Irish guy's like, man, she's out of your league. Don't even worry about it. And then Cal comes out and Jack's kind of like, she's
literally above you.
She got a man.
She's up 3 decks.
Yeah,
man.
she's above you in all ways. Later on, we get another little spat between Cal and Rose, and it's obvious that Rose doesn't want to marry this guy. She feels like she has no other option. So she runs out through the boat, runs across the deck, runs past Jack, crying. He gets up to see what's going on, follows her. She's off the end of the boat. She's crawled over the railing. She's about to jump into the water. And this is where Jack kind of saves her life, if she was really going to jump. And he talks her down off
Sometimes you just got to climb up on the top of a tall boat and think about things.
Yeah, she was thinking. So he gets her off the edge of the boat. And, they have a nice little moment where he's kind of talking to her about life and just, you don't want to do this. He talks her out of it by telling her how cold the water is. Like, I don't know how she didn't know this. But that was her real concern. Like, she wants to kill herself, but she doesn't want to get cold.
It's going to hurt first.
Yeah, it's going to hurt first. Yeah. So he gets her back off, and then Cal and some people from the ship who've been looking for Rose, and Lovejoy, who's basically Cal's like manservant.
His muscle.
Yeah, he's his muscle. Like Cal has muscle.
Yeah.
And we find out he used to be a cop. Like he's basically just like a hired.
He's basically like you ever watch Breaking Bad? The Mike Ehrmantraut.
Yeah.
The mean old dude that you really do not want to mess with.
Yeah, he's the guy when Cal doesn't want to do it, Mr. Lovejoy does it.
Exactly.
All right, first they handcuff Jack because when they get there, Jack has pulled Rose off the edge of the boat and he's already taken his shoes off and his jacket off.
It looks like an assault.
Yeah, it looks like an assault because she slips and is about to fall into the ocean. And he's holding her hand, like trying to pull her up, and she's screaming bloody murder. And this is what attracts everybody to come running over. But by the time they get there, Jack has pulled her over. They fall, and he lands on top of her. Now there's a guy on top of a woman, no shoes, no jacket. She's been screaming. They snatch Jack up. They're ready to put him in the hold, if you will, in the boat. Rose explains the situation. You know, I slipped over the railing. He actually saved me. They take the explanation. They uncuff him, and they're all ready to walk away. And Rose kind of says to Cal, "Well, don't you think he has earned something for saving my life?
Maybe a tip."
And what's he give him, like $5 or something?
He wants to give him $20.
Wants to give him 20, and Rose says, "Oh, is that all my life is worth to you?"
1912, I'm pretty sure $20 is about $3.4 billion now.
It's that much, but it's more than $20 is today. So Cal comes back, seeing that Rose is upset, and asks Jack to join them for dinner the next night. You know, come up and live in the life of luxury for a night and have a good meal with us.
Yeah.
Jack accepts. Lovejoy is pretty wise to what's going on. He says to Jack after everyone leaves, you know, pretty convenient that you had enough time to take your shoes and your jacket off before helping her out if she fell over the railing. So he sees there's something else going on.
Yeah. It's a pretty thin story.
Yeah. So Jack and Rose have developed a bit of a relationship, friendly relationship at this point. The next day, they're kind of kicking around the boat a little bit. Jack's kind of giving Rose a hard time. A little bit of the negging that we like to see here on You've Got Mail.
A little bit, but I think...
But it wasn't as offensive as most negging is. Like, I'm not really sure. I think he kind of knew that she wasn't happy and that she doesnn't really do what she wants to do. And he's kind of trying to talk her into it.
He is infatuated.
Yeah, he is. And she, at first, is just telling him how annoying he is and is about to walk away. But, you know, she comes back and...
she catches a glimpse of those that sweet, sweet hooker art.
Yeah, he has a sketchbook, and she snatches it out of his hand and says, "What is this?" And she opens it and realizes that Jackson actually a pretty talented artist.
Yeah.
And they kind of start talking about, like, you know, what he does in his life. And he explains to her that he's been in Paris sketching and trying to perfect his art. And this intrigues her, you know, because this is a guy who isn't tied down to anything. Like, he goes out and has adventures.
She's into art.
Yeah, he goes where he wants to go, you know? And I think she likes that.
She's literally a slave.
Yeah, she really is. I mean, she has to do whatever Cal wants.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't want to do it, Mr. Lovejoy will make her.
She's sold off for money, and, I mean, she's chattel at that point.
Yeah, basically. Then we get another little scene, this little bit of foreshadowing. Rose strikes up a bit of a friendship with Mr. Andrews as well, the guy that designed the boat. And they're walking around the boat, and he kind of lets her in a little secret. Not enough lifeboats for the amount of people on the ship, you know. So she gets this information.
I really like Mr. Andrews every time he talks to her, especially, but to a lot of people, he says, "I wish I could have designed a better boat this way for you."
Yeah.
Like, I wish I would have made the decks cleaner for you. I wish I would. Like, he's got this weird hospitality.
Yeah, he really does. Like, and he seems to mean it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's
like,
very
you
sincere.
can tell he's very proud of the ship, even though they got rid of half of the boats so that the people had a better view.
Which is historically accurate.
Yeah.
The reason, from what I understand, that they got rid of, they didn't want as many lifeboats as they needed because it looked cluttered.
Yes.
So.
Well, you only make that mistake once.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Then we get a little scene. Molly Brown, Jack, and Rose are on the deck, and Rose's mother comes and gets her, tells her it's time for dinner. They need to meet in the first class dinner area. Molly Brown, who's awesome.
Wingman Molly.
Kind of looks at Jack and says, "Well, you can't go to dinner looking like that." Lends him a tuxedo that she's carrying with her in her luggage. That's her son's.
Very convenient.
Very convenient. Dresses Jack up real nice. And we get the dinner scene. We get a lot of kind of Rose narration, saying that he should have felt out of place, like he didn't belong there, but he handled it so well. He never seemed like he was stressing about the situation. And he really does. He hits it off with everybody. At the dinner table, Cal is trying to kind of throw him under the bus, talk about how he's poor.
Yeah.
And Jack just says, "Hey, I let life take me where it goes. I have experiences.
I'm rich in experience.
I live life." And he even gets the whole table to toast to
Well,
living life.
He's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's getting a good dinner.
Yeah. So, he makes his way through dinner, and all the men get up to leave to go to the smoking parlor, have a cigar and a bourbon. All the women are going to go off to their rooms. Jack slips Rose a note and basically says, have an experience, live your life, meet me at the clock. And she does. And Jack takes her to what looks to me, Ain't no party like a lower deck party.
Holy hell, man.
Where
would you rather be? Upper or lower?
Oh, the lower deck. I mean, the music is great. There's dancing, there's beer, there's arm wrestling.
There's about 50 different cultures worth of music all playing at one time.
Yeah, it looks so much fun.
That looked banging.
Yeah, I love that.
To use a word that I should never use.
No,
it was awesome
You
looking.
shouldn't.
I should not.
We'll let it slide, though. Yeah, so we get this great party scene where Jack and Rose are dancing, having a great time. We get Mr. Lovejoy. He's kind of creeping.
Yeah, this is another one where when you picture this movie, you see that image of her being spun in the circle.
I hate that scene.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few things in this movie that, like, when you're picturing it, you see it. Him doing the open arm thing.
King of the world.
Which I had completely forgot. He is just pressed hard up against the young Italian boy while he's doing
Yep, yeah.
Fabrizio's right there just being pressed against the rails.
Yeah, I did notice that. Oh, yeah. Oh, Fabrizio. It's not the last time in this movie Fabrizio will be crushed by a large cylindrical object.
Yeah.
Fabrizio. Where am I? Okay, yeah, they're having the party. Lovejoy sneaks down, kind of sees them together, and he reports back to Cal. So next scene we get to the next day. Cal and Rose at breakfast. I'm assuming they're having, at the dinner table, and Cal drops on her that he knows where she went last night. Real piece of shit, Cal.
Yeah, he woke up and shows anger that morning.
Flips the table, gets right in her face, screams at her, just lets her know that you don't ever see this boy again. And then we get Mom doing the same thing. Mom kind of comes in while she's getting ready. With the guilt. Comes in while she's getting ready for that day's events and dinner. And she's helping her with her corset. And Mom's just saying, do you really want me to be a seamstress? Like, this is our chance to have a life. Like, we're going to be poor if you don't marry Cal.
I think it would do you good.
Yeah, right.
Learn to sew.
And she forbids Rose from seeing Jack anymore. So Rose has to tell Jack she can't see him anymore. And that's kind of it. Like, she says, no, I won't do it. But it doesn't last long, because later that night at dinner, Cal says some more bullshit. Just a real, not the biggest ladies' man, Cal. Rose finds...
He's an owner of property, and that's how he sees her,
yes,
basically.
Absolutely.
Can we just say, too, douchebag of a character, Billy Zane, yet another actor in this, is just knocking it out of the park.
Oh, dude,
can you think of a bad performance in this movie?
If there's anybody I dislike, it's Old Rose.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I see it.
Although she was nominated for an Oscar, which blew me away.
Really?
It's the only movie that two actresses have been nominated for an Oscar playing the same role. Or, I'm sorry, it was the first. There is a movie after this, I believe it's called Iris, also starring Kate Winslet, oddly enough, where two women were nominated for playing the same character.
But this was
this was the first one. Yeah, so, dinner goes poorly. Cal's a dick. Rose leaves, goes looking for Jack. She finds Jack in the same place he was pressed up against a young Italian boy earlier that week. And he's out on the end of the boat. And then we get, she comes in and says, I was wrong. I want to see you. And then we get this other iconic scene.
Yes.
I'm flying, Jack.
Yeah.
On the boat. We all know that scene. I don't need to talk about that anymore. And then they just kind of have a night of adventure.
Revelry,
a little sexual awakening for Rose.
Now, were you a little thrown off? I did not realize she was playing a 17-year-old. Like, she says that in the beginning. I
never caught that.
I was 17 the year that the Titanic
I was
sunk.
doing my research, and I read that she was playing a 17-year-old. I think she was 20. The Kate Winslet was 20.
She was in her 20s.
And I think DiCaprio was 21 when they filmed this, which he looks way younger than her.
I think he's also probably playing
about the 18, same age.
19.
Yeah, so there's nothing wrong.
No. It was I don't know why I always pictured them a little older in my head.
Well, I think Kate Winslet looks way older than 17. I mean, she looks great, but I wouldn't peg her for a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
DiCaprio, I do. Like, I think he looks so much younger than her in this movie.
I mean, he does peg her as a 17-year-old.
Oh, Jesus. All right. People died on the boat, CJ. Come on. Show some respect. But, Rose tells Jack, we get the famous line, draw me like one of your French girls. So he takes her back to her cabin. She undresses, and we get a scene where he sketches her. The sketch they find in the safe from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, big shout out to the Fright Pub podcast and Lauren.
Lauren Connolly, number one supporter
of Kate Winslet's chest?
To her, there's not a more perfect set of breasts on the planet.
Kate Winslet has never even found a bra that holds up boobs like
and I gotta
like Lauren
say,
holds up those boobs.
I gotta say, they're real and they're spectacular. No, they are. They're nice. They're nice boobs. I mean,
we don't need to dwell on it all day. Everybody knows we're fans.
Yeah. I like boobs. Anyway, so he sketches her. I don't know if you know this. Do you know who actually did the sketch? When they show the close-ups of the hand.
I'm going to guess James Cameron.
Yes, he's an accomplished artist.
Of course
he's an illustrator. So he drew that picture, and he sketched Kate Winslet. DiCaprio can't draw anything, so all the scenes, from the perspective of DiCaprio with the hand, that was all James Cameron.
Yeah.
Draws her, and then they decide to run off, and get out of the room. She writes a note, a Dear John letter, essentially, to Cal, saying that which I don't know how you're going to leave a guy while you're on the same boat. Like, where are you going to hide?
I forgot that the drawing was like a spite thing. She was giving it to Cal to be like, here, screw you. This is how you can remember me.
Yeah, she left the drawing for Cal, and she left like a little Dear John note.
Yeah, which is how it ends up in the safe.
Yeah, and she left the Heart of the Ocean locket. She left that behind too, because he had given that to her earlier on the boat. That was a gift to him from her. Mm-hmm. A gift from him to her. So they run off. At this point, Cal comes back to the room, sees what's happened, is furious. He's got Lovejoy hunting him down. He's got people on the boat hunting him down. So it's like a little bit of a cat and mouse where they're trying to escape. We get some sex in the car.
Yeah.
The aforementioned pegging, if you will.
With the whole hand slapping thing. This brought me back to being around 15, 16. Walking out of a concert one night. One of the first concerts I ever went to. And there was a station wagon in the parking lot. Rocking back and forth. Obvious. And now it might have been just the right barometric pressure that night. But yeah, the whole fucking thing was steamed up. Mm-hmm. And everybody's walking by and kind of laughing. And somebody screamed, "Do the Titanic thing!" And sure enough, a hand came up and slapped the back window of that station wagon and came down.
Some performers.
It was awesome,
That is nice. I like that. So we get sex in the car, and then we get a couple guys from the boat show up. Think they've got him caught because they find the steamy car with the handprint in the back of it. Mm-hmm. Whip the door open. Nobody there. And then we cut to Jack and Rose escaping out onto the deck again, kind of laughing about, how they just got away from them and just giggling it up, having a great time.
Yeah, they run through the boilers. They run through. They take the long route.
Yeah, they get around that boat. And then we get a scene of the guys in the watchtower, kind of watching Rose and Jack, kind of talking, commenting on them, and them being in love, and kind of just goofing off on the boat, not paying attention, not doing their job.
Mm-hmm. No binoculars.
Which
is true. It's written in the logbooks on the Titanic. The guy that they had one pair of binoculars on the boat.
Yeah.
And the guy that had them had went to bed for the night and took them with him and had the key for unlocking them.
Oh, geez.
So they really did not have binoculars in the middle of like the Atlantic ice patch.
They also, I don't know if you know this, got multiple warnings of ice.
Yes.
Multiple. And most of them were ignored. And because of this no binocular situation, and because of Jack and Rose gallivanting around the deck, these guys notice too late that there's an iceberg in the path of the Titanic. They ring the bell, they sound the warning, everybody jumps to action, tries to steer the boat around the iceberg. Obviously, we all know.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out. And they hit the side of the boat, water starts filling in, we get a lot of scenes of the guys in the boiler rooms all kind of running for their lives and hitting all the water, all the sealed doors to keep the water in. Captain wakes up. He was in bed. Comes down. Mr. Andrews comes down.
Some guys are playing kick the ice out on the deck. I like that.
Yeah. And we
back in the day, there really wasn't anything fun to do.
No,
Is that ice?
It was a simpler time.
Kick that shit back and forth.
Not a cell phone in sight.
Yeah.
And Mr. Andrews comes up and brings kind of all the blueprints and explains to the captain, there's 5 compartments in the lower deck that are filled with water already. 4 would have been fine. 5's one too many. So I don't know if you looked into this. There were 16 lower level compartments to the ship. Once it hits 5, it starts to tilt. And once it starts to tilt, the water starts going into each other compartment until they all fill, and then the boat sinks.
The problem with it was, that's you could have the bottom of a boat be one giant open compartment, but then you have one leak, it fills the whole thing. So you're trying to purposely put these breaks in there.
Yeah.
The brakes were supposed to be a lot higher, but it also ruined some of the aesthetics of the boat.
Ugh.
So they made them lower because it would have survived with 6 or 7 compartments full
Had they been higher. Ain't that about a bitch. So we get Mr. Andrews explaining to the captain that, things are pretty much done for. Rose and Jack happen to hear the captain and Andrews talking about the situation. They realize it's dire. I mean, I get it, but Rose is like, we have to go tell my mom and Cal what's going on. I might have went and told Mom. I don't give a shit about Cal.
Also, like, I'm not going to bring Jack with me. Like, the secret's out now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, wait for me somewhere down by the badass party.
It was very strange that she took Jack with her, but they all go. They meet up and kind of start explaining to everybody what happened. Lovejoy at this point takes the heart of the ocean, slips it in Jack's jacket pocket, and they frame him for theft. Cal says, I have an idea where it might be because he says he can't find it. Reaches in, frisks Jack, pulls it out. And at this point, Rose is kind of like, oh, not really sure. Like, she thinks maybe she's been played. Yeah. The look on her face. They take Jack away. They take him down below where they take all the scofflaws on the Titanic, and they put him in a room and handcuff him to a pipe.
As you do.
Lovejoy knows the boat's sinking. He knows he's leaving him there to die. Kind of explains it to him that he's leaving him there to die.
This is about the time where this movie makes that famous shift to a straight up
it goes
horror
straight
movie.
action horror. It goes straight action. It is horrific, but this does turn into like a big blockbuster action movie. We cut back to the upper deck where Cal is trying to get them passage on a lifeboat. Obviously, it's women and children first. He's trying to get everybody on a lifeboat. Rose explains to him that there's only enough lifeboats for half the people on the boat, and that half of them are going to die. This is where Billy Zane delivers the most cold-blooded line I've ever heard. He says, well, it won't be the better half. I was like, God damn.
The man. Whew.
And Rose was also like, God damn, this guy's an asshole. So she runs away and goes to look for Jack. She finds Andrews again, who this guy is just a wealth of knowledge and information anytime you see him. Like, he's just giving out directions. Like, Rose asks him where they would send someone that had been arrested on the boat, and he explains to her to go down to the lower holds and find, but tells her, like, this boat is sinking. Like, you need to get on a lifeboat. You shouldn't go down there.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would have gone down.
You don't think you went after Jack?
No, not for Jack.
Oh, man. So, I went down there for Kate Winslet.
You could say, like, oh, would you go down there for your wife? Thankfully, my wife's not the kind of person that starts stealing shit, especially other people's brides, and get locked up down there.
Well, that's true. I was going to say, he didn't steal anything, but I guess he did steal
something. This boat hit that Titanic, we would have been properly on the upper decks at a bar where you should have been. Or if it hit the iceberg, yeah.
So, anyway, Rose decides to go down because she's in love with Jack. Goes down to save him. Shows off some spectacular axe skills.
That is a scary scene, man. No protective equipment, just swinging an axe. And I love
nails him on the first try.
One of the very few comedy parts of this movie.
Oh, yeah.
He says, take a swing. She takes it, and he says, now hit the same spot. And she lands squarely 3 feet to the right.
And he's like, all right, let's just do it.
All right, good enough. Let's do it. And he's thinking, well, she's either going to hit this chain or going to lose a hand. Either way, I'm out of this.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she nails it. First try, hits the handcuffs, breaks him free. Then we get some good scenes of them just trying to get out of the lower decks. Everything's starting to fill up with water.
And of course, they have all of the gates and doors locked.
Yeah.
Because you definitely, like, if a boat's sinking, you don't want 19 teens Irish people around, is what I understand.
I mean, it's accurate. I mean, they locked.
They were just like, all you Italians and Irish, you stay down there.
They didn't give a shit about the people in the lower deck. So they lock everything up. They're trying to get out. This is the scene where we almost see... is this where we almost see Rose drown? I feel like they get out. They bust out first. They get back up to the lifeboats, and they run into Cal again. Cal convinces Rose to get on the boat because he says that he has an arrangement with a guy on the other side of the boat, and he can get him and Jack onto a lifeboat.
Obvious lie. But even Jack is like, look, whatever it takes.
Yeah, he ushers her on the boat because he's trying to save Rose's life. She gets on the lifeboat. And this is when they start to lower her down, and Cal kind of says, I have an arrangement. I'm afraid it's not going to work out for you. And they go to leave. Rose thinks better of it and jumps off the boat,
That's not thinking better of it.
No. And it's also bullshit because she took up a space in that lifeboat, and as they started to lower it, she hopped off. So there's one more person dead. One more person dead because of Rose. Yeah, those lifeboats were only half full.
Most of the lifeboats is and that's another badass unsinkable Molly Brown. She's one of the few boats where she damn near got into fistfights trying to make her boat turn around and put more people on.
Yeah. So Rose hops off.
Real hero, this story.
Rose hops off. Her and Jack run away. And this is where Billy Zane loses his mind completely. Cal takes the gun from Mr. Lovejoy. And it turns into there's a gun chase for part of this movie where he is just shooting at them throughout the boat as they run away.
Yes. Was the gun chase necessary? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It was there. It happened.
I dug it. So he chases them, and that's when they have to go into the lower portions of the boat to get away.
Yeah.
This is where Rose, Kate Winslet's almost seriously drowned for real. There's a scene where they get down in the lower levels of the boat, and they're trying to get out, and all the water starts rushing in, and they come to that gate with the guy, and they're trying to get him to unlock it, and he just leaves them there, but leaves the keys, and Jack has to, as the water fills up, goes above them.
Yeah.
Kate Winslet, legit, her coat got caught, and she almost drowned.
Oh.
Yeah, for reals. For realsies.
Have you ever almost drowned? I got stuck in a pool once under a giant raft, and did it scare the shit out of me.
I like this movie. I hate this movie because my biggest, I guess you could call it an irrational fear, is drowning. Like, that to me is the worst possible way to go. Because you have time to think about it.
Yeah.
And that scares the shit out of me. Like, when I go, I want it to be fast. Like, I don't want any time to think about it. And just the fact that the water's coming up and there's nothing you can do about it, fucking scares the shit out of me.
I think both times in my life where I was closest to, like, you are about to die, both of them had to do with being underwater, about to drown. And there was a point which I was just like, oh, fuck, this is the way it happens.
Yeah.
Like, you go cold for a few seconds. You're like, oh, this is the end of that.
I don't even like thinking about it.
And then somebody grabs you out and you're like, oh, it shouldn't be that easy to give up, you know?
But
let me ask you something about this.
Okay.
Now that we're in the wild part of this movie,
yeah.
How do you think you react during this? Say you're one of these passengers. Like, do you just resolve to your fate?
So my favorite, so we get to see a lot of different people handling this in different ways.
Yeah.
The fight for the lifeboats is just horrific. There's people pushing, shoving. The guys that are there trying to usher people on the lifeboats are just losing control. We see the one guy has the gun and actually shoots a passenger and then realizes what he's done and backs up to the edge of the boat and shoots himself. Heavy shit.
Yes.
We see the band who just continuously plays and doesn't stop. And
I'm going to admit it. I cried.
They're just doing their thing, right? We get the old couple that like knew they weren't going to get out, so they're just spending their last minutes together in bed.
Yeah, that is the Strauss family. Like Levi
they
Strauss?
were the real people. Yeah. We get the priest just giving a sermon, and all these people just clinging to him and crying and like trying to spend their last minutes trying to find some solace in their religion. For me, do you know who Mr. Guggenheim is?
The guy with the brandy?
This motherfucker.
And the really, really upset manservant.
He puts on his suit and he comes downstairs and the guy's like, let's get you to a lifeboat, Mr. Guggenheim. He's like, I put on my best suit. I'd like some brandy and we're going to ride this thing out. And that's the guy I want to be. It's just the guy that's like, you know what? I'm going to take the rest of the time I got and just drink some really good brandy and have a cigar and just get shit-faced.
Heck yeah, man. It's open bar now.
And when we go, we go.
I love that, which is a true story. That guy actually did that. But I love the idea that he says, I have put on my best suit. I would like a brandy. We're just going to ride this one out. And you see the manservant guy behind him go, we? He's like,
the fuck you say?
And he does. He sticks with him the whole damn time.
I mean, whatever. You know. So yeah, we get all these, like, just this sweeping scene of just... And the boat, the front half is sinking. The boat is just tilting.
Oh, man, this is
just
gory.
Carnage. People flying everywhere. James Cameron built this to-scale portion of the Titanic. It was on hydraulics, so they could tilt this up and down.
Wow.
These people are legit sliding. Like, people got fucked up making this movie. Like, there were extras flying left and right. They had people harnessed in. But, like, you see these people, like, bouncing off of stuff. Like, they're bouncing off of stuff. Like, yeah. I can only imagine the amount of, like, bruised ribs and, like, everything.
How about the guy that falls in right off the prop in the back?
Oh, hits the propeller, and, like, there's, like, that boom, and then just flips.
I mean, this has got to be, I think, we got 50 Shades of Grey on this list.
Yeah.
We've got a couple sexier movies.
Yeah.
as far as like nudity and stuff. I think this one might have the biggest body count though.
Oh my, dude, it's over 1,000 people. It's 100%.
Yeah. Like this is gonna probably be the goriest or nastiest movie we see as far as like
absolutely
just pure shocking deaths.
Absolutely. Jack and Rose are working their way up to the back of the boat, or I guess it's the front of the boat. I don't know. It's part of the boat.
It's the back.
so they're working their way. I don't think it is. I think it's the front.
No, it's the back.
Because she says it's where we met.
Drags the back. Yeah, she's jumping off the back.
Oh, that's right. She's
jumping
on the back.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the front where they did the King of the World and the I'm flying thing. So they're working their way to the back of the boat to the railing. Jack just says we have to get to as high as we can. So their plan is just to ride this thing out for as long as they can. So you get to the back of the boat, it's sinking in, you grab onto that railing, you just hang on. They make their way up. We're seeing bodies flying everywhere. It's fucking horrific. Like this whole scene is just horrific. They get up there. The boat, just like in real life, as the boat sank, it couldn't withstand the pressure, so it cracks in half, and that back half slams back into the water, and then slowly starts to tilt back up as the front half pulls it under. As that happens, Jack and Rose hop to their side of the railing, and they just ride this thing into the ocean. Watching people fall. This is the worst. Like, Rose and Jack are just watching people just die left and right.
So this brings me to two things. One, this is over 100 years ago now. But if you put this in, like, present day, this is basically a love story that takes place during 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
Like, could you imagine seeing that now? Like, right now, you'd be like, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
I don't think that could ever be done.
On a different note, when they're crawling up the back of that, they show a few shots of a chef.
Real guy.
Right next to him. Real guy.
Yeah.
So this chef was one of the few people that survived after going into the water.
Yeah.
And was in the water the whole time because he was shit-faced. And even in this scene, he grabs a flask and takes a drink.
Yeah.
In real life, that chef got absolutely hammered before the boat sank.
Yeah.
And they think that was, like, he was basically just loose jellyfishing around in the water until they swam by and picked him up hours later in 28-degree water.
And do you know that's the second shipwreck that guy survived?
Really?
Yes, I read that. I read that while doing my research. I don't know the specifics of it,
Speaking
but
of unsinkable.
I do remember that was the second shipwreck that guy. I think he was in like the Navy at one point and also survived another shipwreck. But yeah, Rose and Jack and the drunk chef ride this all the way to the bottom.
Maybe there's something to you just sitting back and having a few brandies.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to Mr. Guggenheim. He's probably fine. They sink. They both go under. Jack says, you got to kick because the suction of the boat will pull you down. So they kick their way out. Rose emerges first. No Jack. Can't find Jack. They get separated underwater. This is also terrifying to me because Rose has a life jacket. Not everybody does. There is a guy that is trying to use her to stay afloat and essentially drowning her.
Yes.
And I can only imagine that had to have happened to more than one person. People just fighting and struggling to survive and like
pure chaos.
Someone trying to use you to hold themselves above water and you drown because of some other person. Oh, God.
Well, and that's one of the reasons I asked you, like, what do you think you would do? You talk to people in the Army and stuff like that, like my buddies that have been Marines, and they basically say, like, if your training's not there, when you hit these sort of situations where it's do or die, you literally have no idea how you're going to react.
Yeah.
You might shit your pants. You might do the cool hero thing.
Yeah.
You might just drop your shit and run.
Yeah.
Like, it is, like, you have no idea how you're going to react
fight or
in
flight,
a situation like this.
Yeah, so Jack finally reconnects with Rose while this guy is trying to use her. And I almost feel bad for this guy. This guy's trying to stay alive, and Jack just comes out of nowhere and punches him in the face like 3 times.
Yeah, he didn't survive long after that.
Not only are you going to die, but you just got assaulted.
And this is the point in which poor Fabrizio's in the water.
Oh, yeah, Fabrizio gets crushed by like one of the smokestacks for the boat.
Oh, man.
Like,
what a way to
go. We get a pretty long sequence of Fabrizio kind of making his way through the boat and surviving.
Yeah.
And then the smokestack falls on him. Oh, Fabrizio.
Which
Mamma mia.
There was an Irish guy that they made friends with. He's the guy that gets
shot on the boat. Yeah. All these characters, like that Irish guy was barely in the movie. You see him here and there, like when Jack first sees Rose at the party. But you feel bad when he gets shot because like they do such a good job essentially of making something out of nothing. Some of these characters have such little screen time, but they're so memorable.
Exactly.
That when you see him die, you're like, oh shit, that guy.
Yeah.
Or that lady. Jack grabs Rose. They swim over to the infamous door. Actually, I believe it's the headboard of a bed is what I read. Everybody calls it a door, but it's actually a headboard of a bed, which is actually a replica of a real life. It's something they actually found.
It is.
Yeah, it's James Cameron. It's actually something that's hanging in a museum somewhere, but they enlarged it a little bit and used it as a prop. Jack gets Rose on the door. He can't get on. He tries to get on and almost flips over. He's more worried about keeping Rose safe. He just keeps trying to calm her down. The boats are going to come back for us. The boats are going to come back for us. We see a lot of scenes of these boats. Molly Brown's boat. She's trying to get this guy to go back for other people, and they refuse, which this really happened. Like, these lifeboats stayed just far enough away so that the survivors couldn't swim to them, but they wanted to stay close enough to the wreckage they'd be found. So these people were just out in the water listening to the screams of these people.
And it gets quieter.
And quieter, and they refuse to go back for them. Finally, there are a couple good people on these lifeboats that do go back and pick up a few survivors. And that's what we see. Jack obviously freezes to death in the water. Rose is almost dead, basically, and the lifeboat comes back and they start flashing a light, trying to get her. She lets Jack go and, like a last gasp, decides to fight because she wants to keep a promise to Jack that she's going to keep on living and, having a great life. We had seen a little bit before that, there's another guy from the boat who's just hanging on to a piece of debris next to them, blowing a whistle.
Yeah.
At this point, he's dead. But Rose swims over, grabs the whistle, starts blowing it. The boat comes back for her. Rose survives. We get a little scene at the end where Cal has made it off the boat alive and is one of the survivors. And he's just looking around where they took all the survivors. He's trying to find Rose, and she hides from him. Doesn't have anything to do with him. She checks in at Ellis Island, and instead of giving her real name, she gives Jack's last name as her name.
Which is like they traced her back at the beginning of the movie, saying she was an actress from the 20s named Rose Dawson.
Yeah, they couldn't find any record of her being on the Titanic.
She also gives Cal a nice send off. She talking about it in the stock market crash of 29. He put a pistol in his mouth.
Yeah,
good for him.
Yeah, there is that. Cal gets his in the end.
Yeah.
And then we get this. This is my least favorite scene of the movie. Old Rose wanders out onto the deck of the ship they're on.
I'm with you.
We find out that she's had the heart of the ocean all along. Cal actually slipped it into his jacket and then gave that jacket to Rose to keep her warm. And one of the nice things Cal did, and forgot the fucking necklace was in it, so he lost the necklace. Old Rose has had it the entire time. She walks to the edge of the boat, and she just tosses it into the ocean with the weirdest little... and then throws it.
It's probably the only thing wrong with this movie.
Is that she throws away the heart of the ocean?
Yeah, the thing belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
Like, truly.
Yeah.
Like, get over your shit. Like,
give it to Brock Levitt. I mean, the guy brought you all the way here. He's been trying to find it. Like,
you knew this guy for a day and a half on that boat. Like, he's not worth throwing a $40 million diamond into the... Get a park bench with his name on it.
Have you seen 1997's DiCaprio? He's a catch.
Yeah. I mean...
The guy's fucking dreamy.
Name a bowling alley after him or something. Like, don't throw the most expensive and rare diamond on the planet into the water.
You truly are a romantic.
Absolutely. You know how much romance you could succeed with $40 million? You could really, really do some good.
And then we see Rose in bed. We get a little pan across some old pictures that she brought with her, and you can see that she's lived a full life. She's flown an airplane. She learned to ride a horse like a man, because that was like a part of the movie earlier.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even catch that.
We see her on the horse. We see her on a roller coaster. Rose has lived a life.
Yeah.
Riding horses and roller coasters. And we pan over to her asleep. And then we get, I guess you could interpret it. She's either dreaming or she's died.
I couldn't figure. That's my very last note. Is she dead?
So here's my thought on it. We get this like sequence where it's her walking into the ballroom and all the people that had died.
Yes.
And all their friends, all the people they like. None of the bad people.
Greeting her.
None of the bad people. All the good people are applauding for her and welcoming her into the room. And she walks to the staircase and there's Jack. He turns around, smiles at her, and she walks up, takes his hand, and they kiss. And that's the end of the movie.
Kind of has a Shining feel to it.
It does have a very Shining feel.
Yeah.
I think she's dead. This woman brought all of her belongings. Right? Like, she brought framed photographs. She brought her goldfish. She brought everything that she has just to come to this boat and tell a story. She knew she was going to die there. Like, I think she was like, I'm throwing this thing in the ocean and then I'm done. Like, I'm good. This is my closure. I'm dead.
Oh,
which I like that better because that means that her and Jack are together in the afterlife.
Yeah.
I like that better. If it's just a dream, she wakes up the next day and she's like, I can't believe I brought all this shit on this boat for nothing.
And they do end up together.
Yeah. So, and that's it.
What a movie.
What a movie. What a ride. Do you have any grand gestures, CJ?
Oh, you know what I'll say is, I was serious. Go Go read about Molly Brown.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
She is a fantastic character. Just a
character. She's a real life woman, and
that's
she's
what I mean.
Badass.
Like, is somebody that really wrote a lot of American history, but of course was written out of it herself.
Yeah, exactly.
So worth a read.
Exactly. My grand gesture. We have You've Got Mails first. I cried. It started with the band.
I cried at the band.
So the band is playing, and they say, well, I guess that's it. And they go to walk away, and the one guy stays and starts playing a song. And as soon as that one guy turned around and came back and started playing with them, I had a tear. And I was like, fuck, is this it? This is the movie that makes me cry? One tear. No, not one tear. Because then they show the old couple in the bed.
Yes.
And then they show the mom reading the stories to her kids.
Oh.
I fucking cried, CJ. Like, cried. Like, I had tears running down my face. Fuck, I cried.
Yeah, because this movie, it brought you all the way to that.
But, again, you know what made me cry?
The ripcord.
You know what got me? Fucking the friend love.
Yeah,
It was the friend love between the band that got me first, and then they went through the montage of everybody saying their goodbyes, and I was a mess. I was all done.
I could picture it like those band guys are walking away, and he starts playing again, and the guy turns around, and he's like, oh, what the hell else am I going to do?
Yeah.
I might as well just play this out, right?
It was absolutely beautiful. And then on a lighter note, aside from me crying, I thought this was a good story of production. So they filmed all the scenes with older Rose and Bill Paxton, his Brock Levitt, the woman who played Rose's granddaughter, who ended up becoming James Cameron's fifth wife.
Oh, wow.
He was married to Linda Hamilton at the time, but they were getting ready to go through a divorce, and then he married her.
Who leaves Linda Hamilton?
They filmed all that stuff in Canada. It was all overnight shoots. A lot of it was overnight shoots, because a lot of that took place at night. They broke for lunch around midnight.
I know this story.
They were having lobster chowder for dinner. They all ate the chowder, and then all of a sudden they all started to feel a little weird. Some people were like laughing hysterically. Some people started crying. They thought it was bad shellfish. They figured, oh, the lobster's bad. So they took them all to the ER. They gave them all their own little cubicles. They started to realize that it wasn't food poisoning when they couldn't keep any of these people in their little designated hospital rooms. There were people like pushing each other down the hall in wheelchairs. People just like freaking out. Turns out someone spiked the chowder with PCP.
Yes.
James Cameron hasn't named any names, but he thinks that there was a crew member that I guess got fired from the production because he had some kind of a disagreement with catering that turned into like a fight, and they got rid of him, and he thinks that the guy came back and spiked the chowder to get back at catering.
Legend.
Could you imagine? Like, I don't even do drugs. Like, I don't want to be surprised by PCP. Like, that's not... Like, I don't want to do it when I know about it. Like, I don't want to...
Oh.
Hey, surprise.
Guess what?
So that was my other fun, story that I heard that I thought was pretty interesting, was the PCP and the chowder. Do we Nick Cage this thing?
Yeah, it almost feels sacrilegious, but we can't not do it at this point.
All right, you go first.
I would like to have him not as a character in this, but it's already kind of a movie within a story. We got old Rose telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
I would like there to also be another level to this where there's a narrator, that it just cuts back. Have you seen, nobody's seen this, but Nick Cage had a TV show on Netflix called The History of Swear Words.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, you have? So
it's great.
Basically,
I urge everyone to go check it out.
It's him in a smoking jacket sitting in a library.
Yeah.
I would love it if every once in a while just cut back to him. Like, they're on the deck and he goes, oh, I'm sorry, Miss Rose, that, we had to get rid of half the lifeboats. And it just cuts to Nick Cage. He goes, this was a mistake. I would love to see him just butting in with this. Maybe he's sitting in his chair. He's got one arm rests on the dinosaur skull.
Uh-huh.
That's it right there.
I love it. CJ, I had no choice here but to connect Nick Cage to the most influential character in this movie. The iceberg.
I thought you were going to go Molly Brown. Every time I feel like I know who you're going to go. But
So the iceberg hits the boat and gets shattered. Into what? Ice cubes. Ice Cube was in Are We There Yet? Also starring Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan was in Cop Out, which also had Jason Lee. Jason Lee was in Vanilla Sky. Also starring Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon was in Bad Lieutenant Port of Call, starring Nicolas Cage.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
The iceberg.
Yeah. Let's chick flick to a dick flick this thing.
I'd like you to go first because this one's tough.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
So mine's not so much because you got to go all the way to the end of the movie for me to do what I want to do. So this is almost kind of like a sequel.
Okay.
Or the movie just goes on for like another 3 hours. Rose, assumedly, passes away in her sleep, right? And she shows up in the ballroom with all the people that had passed away. And like you were right, it has a real Shining feel to it. So I kind of decided to go, not necessarily horror movie, but it's got some creepy vibes to it. So she shows up in that ballroom and everybody's there. But then she lives out the exact same events that have already happened. With some tweaks, Cal's not there. It's all these people that have died on the ship. And the ship just keeps sinking. Like no matter what happens, like she thinks everything's all great and good, hits another iceberg and the ship goes down. She watches all these people die again. It's kind of like a Happy Death Day scenario where like everyone dies and then she lives and then you flash forward to her being old again and then she dies and then ends up back there again. So she's stuck in this continuous loop.
She's trying to fix it. She's trying to not sink the ship.
She's trying to fix it. And she realizes that her and Jack are the reason that the boat sank. She comes to the realization that like these guys that were in the watchtower that night, they saw them and that's why the boat sank. But then like things keep happening. Like Jack and her are the reason. Like Jack wasn't supposed to be on that boat. He shouldn't have won that card game. His being there has changed the course of everything. So like they just keep doing things together that fuck everything up. So in the end, she decides that she actually has to jump off the back of the boat.
At the very beginning.
So yeah, so when Jack...
Does he follow her?
So when Jack comes to save her, she jumps off and she dies, and then everyone else lives.
So she calls his bluff.
Yeah, pretty much. But she realizes that like with them two alive on the boat, it's going to crash and burn no matter what. So she has to take one of them out of the equation. She can't kill Jack. She loves him too much. So she takes her own life.
Wow. Damn, that's better thought out than mine.
You're welcome, America.
God bless them.
Then Germany.
Yeah.
And Africa, surprisingly, all of a sudden.
Yeah, let's give a little shout out to the
continent of Africa.
The continent of Africa that just decided 7 different countries all in one day started downloading a shit ton of this podcast.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. All right, your turn.
So I went with Old Rose too. Because it's really the only part of this that I would fix is her throwing that diamond into the ocean.
Yeah.
I would like that maybe they are pulling up stuff from the Titanic at the beginning. They pull up the safe, they pull up stuff. And Rose does the same thing, shows up, starts telling her story. Now, you notice in the beginning, like the guy with the bad teeth and the Watchman shirt, he kind of says, like, she's a con artist.
Yeah.
I want it to be that she's telling this story because her story, literally in real life, is a fake story that takes place during a real event.
Yeah.
She's telling this fake story, but maybe she has like the original Rose's diary or notebook about where she actually hid this heart, and it is a heist movie.
Oh.
And instead of throwing the diamond in at the end,
she pulls it out.
This is why she brings all of her stuff so she can hide. She takes that goldfish bowl at the end, and the guy goes, "Oh, don't forget your goldfish." She goes, "I'd never." And you see like the heart of the ocean sticking up out of the gravel a little bit. And it was a heist movie. He's been working on getting this for years. She's been working on it for 80 years.
Oh, man.
Getting that damned diamond.
I like it. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Let's rate it. I'll go first.
All right.
4.5.
4.5?
This fucking movie, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it made me feel feels. Like, all the feels. Like, I cried.
If this movie doesn't get a 5 out of you, no movie truly will it?
It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Like, it's not perfect. 4.5. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. The acting is incredible. Like I said, some of the stuff, like James Cameron beating me over the head with what the time period was, I could have done without. Her throwing the diamond over the end of the boat. That's probably my 2 reasons to take a 0.5 star off of it. Other than that, though, I mean, special effects, the practical, I mean, the lengths they went to. The man blew a giant hole in California to fucking recreate the Titanic.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece. But it's a 4.5 star masterpiece. I like it a lot.
No movie will ever be.
I like it a lot, but it's not perfect. 4.5. I love it. 4.5 is very high.
Well,
don't you guilt me.
In order for me to do this right, I feel like I need to go back to when we started this podcast, around like week 4, 5, 6, when we were pretty fresh to this.
Okay.
And we watched a couple not so great movies in a row, starting with The Notebook.
Yeah.
all the way up to Christmas, we watched Love Actually. I think I was just so excited. And I finally had seen a movie that was good on our list. And I just blurted out 5 stars. I'm going to retroactively go back and drop out the 4 stars.
What did you give 5 stars?
Love Actually.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm gonna drop that to 4.
Okay.
We don't need that.
I don't think that's a lot. All right.
Because while I'm watching this movie, I realize this is the 5-star movie for me.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to see one better than this on our list.
Really?
There's movies on this list that I can't wait to get to. I love Mean Girls, but this movie is, for all those same reasons you just said, it shows every little bit of attention to detail. The fact that James Cameron probably ruined so many lives to make this movie happen.
Yeah.
But it was worth it in the end. Or at least he did it and it worked in the end.
Yeah.
Maybe not worth it. Like, this movie's pretty much perfect all the way up until she throws that diamond in, but I'm willing to forgive that.
Okay.
Because it is, I mean, it's got everything from gun chases, nudity, fighting, Irish immigrant music, you name it.
It's got it.
Poor Sven living his best life.
Yeah. Good for Sven.
Yeah. So I'm giving it a 5.
All right.
Because I just don't think we'll get another 5 on this list.
Okay. Fair enough. I guess it's time to roll for our next movie then, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What are we up to?
We are at 204.
We're at 204. All right. We have number, oh man, high on the list.
Uh-oh.
This is probably not going to be a great one. 193.
193 is a movie called Bottoms.
I put this on.
Did you? What is this?
This is one that I actually texted you while I was watching this and told you to put this on the list.
Is this the movie with Marshawn Lynch?
This is the movie with Marshawn Lynch.
And this is a chick flick?
I'm going to say that it is.
Okay.
Yes. It is about 2 young girls, both lesbians, best friends, in an effort to meet other girls at their high school, start a fight club.
I don't know. Okay.
It's very women-centric. This is not a romance movie. It is a chick flick in my eyes. It is definitely very women-centric because they get these ladies together. And I'll stop it there because I want you to watch this movie.
Okay.
And also, you know what? Even if you argue with me that this isn't, you're going to enjoy this movie.
Okay.
I will say that.
I mean, we're playing fast and loose with the rules here. You just went back and retroactively corrected a score, so...
Nobody really cares. Nothing really matters.
No. Yeah, you're right. None of this...
I mean, this is...
It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
I take on movie reviewing with a little bit of nihilism.
Okay.
None of this matters.
All right.
Sorry, folks in Africa, if you were really looking for something deep here.
You're not getting it from us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, much like Celine Dion's heart, this podcast will go on. And to help us do that, please check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. Rate us, review us, tell your friends. And until next time when we review maybe a chick flick, Bottoms, stay romantic and don't be shitty to each other.
Nice. We finally did it. I don't know if you had to dress like one of the French girls for this, but...